Hello guys, welcome back to my SAP 2000 tutorial class. In last tutorial class we have seen how can we draw the grid line, and we have seen how can we define the material properties, and also I have discussed about material strength as per FEMA and IS code. So in this tutorial class I am going to cover following topics: section properties, how to add different types of objects, join restraints and constraints. In this video I am going to discuss many vital topics, so please watch the full video and don't skip. I have a request to all of you: please subscribe my channel and also tap on the bell icon so that whenever I will upload a video you will get a notification. And also please share this video and share your valuable comment or doubt in comment section. So let's begin. So now first I'm going to show you how can you define section properties. So first click on define, then go to section properties. Then you can see this first three option for line object. This is for area object, this is for solid objects. I already told you which type of object we can draw in SAP 2000. And this option for reinforcement bar size, if you want to define different reinforcement bar diameter, so you can do that here. And this section is for support properties. It will be used suppose you want to add damper in your structure. This is hinge properties, it is used for nonlinear analysis. So these are for all advanced analysis. I will cover these topics in advanced analysis. Now first I am coming to the frame section. So this option will be used when you want to add frame section properties, say beam section, column section. So just click on it. Here you can see two options: import new property, and second one is add new property. You can use any option to add the section properties. If you use this option, import new property, that time the section properties will be imported from code. That time you cannot change any dimension or anything. But if you use this option, add new property, that time you have to provide the section properties manually. But if you click on this option, the section properties will be automatically imported from code. So now first I'm going to click on it, and then you can see here first you have to select which type of section you want: steel section or concrete section or any other material section. Here steel, concrete, aluminum and other also available. First I'm going for steel section. So here you can see different type of steel section is available. Here I section, channel section, T section, L section, and also combined section is available: double channel, double T, etc. So you can use also rectangular and circular section also, and hollow section also. So as per your requirement you can select any type of section. First say I am selecting here I section, so just click on it. Now you can see in this window here you have to select the code name. Suppose I want to select Indian code, so that's why I'm going to select this file. Suppose you want to use Euro code, so that time you have to select this option. So now I am going to select here Indian code, so that's why I'm going to select this, then click on open. And now here all available section in Indian code is given. It is I section. Okay, so all type of section list is given. You can choose multiple section here, or you can select only one section here. If you want to select multiple section, just press shift and click on the section. This section will automatically selected, or you can just left click and drag, you can select them. And here you can see you can change the material. Here by default Fe345 is added. Okay, if you want to add different material you can do that by clicking on this plus symbol, and this procedure I told you in last video, so I'm just skipping here. And after that you can click on OK. So here see all section properties is added automatically. Here the height, width, thickness, it is added automatically, it is imported automatically as per code. You cannot change them. Okay, here also the material property you can change, but you cannot change the dimension. And this is property modifier. This is used, you want to modify the steepness. So by default this factor is 111. This portion is basically used in advanced analysis. And here one more option is available, which is section property. You can see the what is the section properties of this section. So now click on OK. So you can see the list of member which I have added here. All member you can see. This is how you can import a property from code. Now second option is here, add new property. You can click on this add new property. If you click on it, here you can add all type of section. Okay, here all section are available. Steel, say here concrete section is also available. So if you want to use rectangular concrete beam or column, that time you have to select this option. And you have to provide the size of the beam manually. By default whatever value you want to say. Suppose I want to 0.5 meter is depth and 0.25 is the, say 0.5 is the width of the beam. Here you can see here M30 concrete is selected. If you want to add different material, you can do that by clicking on this plus symbol. Then here you click on concrete reinforcement section. Here you can see here the river material. First of all you have to define the river material. By default this material is there. If you want to add different river material, just click on this plus symbol, then click on add new material and just select the country name, just select the material type. Here it will be river, and then select the grade of the steel bar and select OK. So now I have added here HYSD 415. Now you can select it from here. And here design type, this section, this concrete reinforcement section will be used as a beam or column. You have to select that. For column it will be designed as a PM2 M3 design. I will explain this thing later. And second option is beam only, M3 design only. So if I want this section as a beam, then I will click on this. And here you can see you have to provide the cover. It is by default 60 mm. So you can change it, say 0.025. So just make it 0.025. This is for ductile design. If you want to add more reinforcement for ductility, you can add them here. So just click on OK. So here you can see there is no reinforcement, so it will be act as a beam. You can name this section as a beam. I am naming it as a beam. So now I am going to show you how can you add the column member. So just click on it and name it as a column and give the dimensions. Say it is 0.25, and this material probably say it is M30. So just click on this concrete reinforcement. Here it will be designed as a column. Here you have to select the river material. Here you have to provide the number of bar along 3 axis and 2 axis. Suppose I want to provide 4 bar in the column section. So along 3 direction the number of bar will be 2, along 2 direction the number of bar will be 2. So that time it will be 2 and 2. Okay, and here you have to provide the clear cover. Clear cover is here 40 mm, so it is okay. Now you have to select the longitudinal bar size. So here suppose I want to add 16 mm diameter bar. So 16D means 16 mm diameter bar. If the bar diameter is not available here, you can add them by clicking on this plus symbol. See here the bar diameter and bar area is given. If you have a doubt that 16D means 16 mm diameter bar or not, you can check it here. See here it is 16D. 16D here bar diameter is given 0.016. So it means 16 mm diameter bar. And how can you understand the unit? What is the unit? Actually this will be the unit. The unit is here meter, because by default unit is selected here kilonewton meter centigrade, so that's why it will be in meter unit. So obviously 0.016 meter means 16 millimeter bar. Or if the bar diameter is not available here, you can add them by clicking on this. So this is how you can add different diameter bar. So suppose I want to add here 16 mm diameter bar. In this section you have to provide confinements bar details. Confinements bar mean lateral ties, Here I am assuming bar diameter is 8 mm, so that's why I have selected 8D, and preliminary I am assuming that the spacing between confinement bars is 150 mm, and here you have to provide the number of bar in 3 direction and 2 direction. Since we have provided total number of bar 4, that's why we have to provide it lateral ties like that. From this figure we can see in 3 direction number of confinement bar is 2, in 2 direction number of confinement bar is 2. So that's why number of confinement bars in 3 direction it will be 2, and number of confinement bars in 2 direction it will be also 2. If we had provided number of bar is 6, that time in 3 direction number of bar would be 3, and in 2 direction number of bar would be 2, and the lateral ties would be like that. That time the number of confinement bar in 3 direction would be 4, and in 2 direction it would be 2. That time we would write in 3 direction number of bar is 4, and in 2 direction number of bar is 2. And in this section you have to choose you want to design or you want to just check whatever reinforcement details you have provided. So if you choose this option, reinforcement to be checked, it means whatever reinforcement you have provided, program will just verify that whether this section is safe or not. But if you select this reinforcement to be designed, it means simply the program will design that section. Program will not verify whatever reinforcement data you have provided. So this is the main difference between these 2 points. Okay, then click on OK. So this is how you can add any kind of frame element section properties. Next I am going to show you how can you add the tendon section. So click on define, then go to section properties, then select tendon section. Tendon section is used to model pre-stress concrete member. Here if you want to add new section, so click on this add new section button, or if you want to modify the existing section, then click on this button, or if you want to copy the existing section, then click on this. So I am going to add new section, so click on it. Here give the name of this section. You can model the tendon object in 2 ways. Either you can model it as a load or you can model it as a element. So when you know the losses in pre-stress member, that time you will use this option, mean you will model the tendon as loads. But if you don't know the what is the pre-stress loss in the element, that time you will use this option, I mean you will model it as element. So if you want to know in details, you can refer the SAP 2000 analysis reference manual in page number 311. Here everything is written in details, so you can read it here. Here you have to provide the tendon material property. So if material property is already added, that time you can select them from here, or if it is not added, this time click on this plus symbol and click on this add new material, then select the country. Suppose I am going to select here India. Here the material type will be tendon, and click on OK. So here name the material type, and here the weight, mass, everything you can write it here, then click on OK. Now you can see the tendon material property is added, then click on OK, then select it from the list. Here you have to provide the diameter or area of the tendon. So if you want to give the diameter, click on it and write the diameter. If you want to write the diameter in millimeter, then select it as Newton millimeter or kilonewton millimeter, whatever unit you want. Or if you want to write the area, then click on this and give the area. So this is how you can add the tendon section properties. Next I am going to show you how can you add cable section properties. Generally, we use cable element in cable stay structures such as in bridge. So if you want to add new cable section, so click on this add new section button. Here name the cable section. Here you have to provide the cable material. If the material is already in this list, you can select them, or if it is not in this list, this time click on this plus symbol. If you want to add new cable material properties, so click on this add new material, and here you have to select other, then click on OK. Then here give required material properties. So cable element basically used these material properties: modulus, elasticity, coefficient of thermal expansion, mass density, and weight. So provide this data: modulus of elasticity, coefficient of thermal expansion, weight, and then click on OK. Here you can provide the cable diameter or area, and here you can select the unit, then click on OK. So this is how you can add the cable section. Now I am going to show you how can you add area section in SAP 2000 software. So to add area section, you have to click on define, then click section properties, then go to area sections. Later I will make a video on area section where I will describe in details which type of area section we can add in SAP 2000 and the uses of those area sections. Here you can see these three type of area element we can add in SAP 2000, that is cell, plane, and as solid. So first I'm going to show you which kind of cell element we can add in SAP 2000. So select the cell from this drop down menu. Cell element is used to model membrane, plate, and cell behavior in planar and three-dimensional structure. Now if you want to add a new area element, so click on this add new section, or if you want to modify the existing area section, then you have to select the section here, then you have to click on this modify source section. So now I am going to here add a new section, so click on it, and here you have to provide the name of the section, and here you have to select the type, which type of cell element you want. Here you can see total 6 type of cell element we can add in SAP 2000. Cell element is used to capture the both plate and membrane behavior. It's mean it will consider all the forces and all the moment. If you select plate here, it's mean it will only capture the plate behavior. It's mean it will consider only the transverse forces and bending moment. And if you select membrane, it will only capture the membrane behavior. It's mean it will only consider the in-plane forces and drilling moment. And the last one is cell layered. Suppose if you want to add a layered cell element, that time you can select this option. If you want to consider the transverse shearing deformation, this time you have to consider the element as a thick element. It's mean you can consider it as a cell thick or plate thick. If you don't want to consider the transverse shearing deformation, that time you have to consider the element as a thin element. You can select cell thin or plate thin. So which type of cell section you will select, it's totally depend on your analysis. It's totally depend on which type of behavior you want to capture. And now here you have to provide the thickness of the cell element. Here you can provide two thickness, one for membrane and one for bending or plate behavior. The membrane thickness will be used to calculate the stiffness for membrane behavior, and also the bending thickness will be used to calculate the stiffness for plate behavior. Generally, these two thickness is same for both behavior, unless you want to provide different thickness for different behavior. Here you have to provide the material property. I am going to select here M30, which I already have added here. If the material which you want to select here. If not available, then you can click on this plus, and here you can add the new material. I already showed the procedure before. If you want to design the cell element, you have to provide the design parameter here. Here you have to select the river material. Here I am going to select HOST 415, and here you have to select the river layout. If you want to provide the river in one layer, then select here one, or if you want to provide in two layer, then select two. So it totally depend on you. And here you have to provide the cover of river. Here the cover is calculated from centered of the steel. So basically it is effective cover. And then click on OK. And then click OK. So this is how you can add cell element in SAP 2000. Now I am going to show you how can you add plane element. To add plane element, select plane from here and then click on this add new section. Plane element is used to model the plane stress and plane strain behavior in 2D solids. So here you have to give the name of the section. Here you have to select the type. You want it as a plane stress or plane strain. Then here you have to select the material. Say I'm selecting here M30 grade of concrete, and here you have to provide the thickness, then click on OK. So this is how you can add a plane element in SAP 2000. Now I am going to show you how can you add a solid area section. To add a solid area section, click here, select a solid. Now click on add new section. A solid element is used to model axisymmetric solid under axisymmetric loading. Here you have to provide the name of the section. Here you have to select the type. If you click on this checkbox, it means the software will use 4 incompatible bending modes to calculate its stiffness. It is very important where the bending moment is important. Where the bending moment is not important, there you can suppress this mode. Say typical geotechnical problem, their bending is not important, so that's why that type of problem you can uncheck this box. And here you have to select the material. Say I am selecting here M30 grade of concrete, and here you have to provide the thickness. Here the thickness you have to provide in terms of degree, and then you have to click on OK. Now I am coming to next topic, which is joint restraint and joint constraint. To add joint restraint, first you have to select the joint. Say I want to add a joint restraint here, so first I am selecting it. Now you have to click on assign, then you have to go to joint, and here you have to select restraint. So here you have to select which type of restraint you want. It is for fixed, this is for hinge, this is for roller. So which type of joint restraint you want, you have to select it from here, and then you have to click on OK. And now the restraint have assigned on this joint. And now if you want to assign joint constraint, you have to click on assign, then click on joint, then click on constraint. So first of all, you have to define the joint constraint, which type of joint constraint you want. To define joint constraint, click on here, and here you have to select the type of constraint you want. It will be a body type or diaphragm or plate, beam. There are different type of constraint. I will make a video on this topic later. where I will describe details about different type of constant. So say I am adding here diaphragm constant, so that time you have to select this and then you have to click on add new constant, and here you have to select the constant axis and then you have to click on OK. And now this constant is added here, then you have to click on OK, and now you have to select it from here, then click on OK. So to assign constant also, first of all you have to select the joints, then you can assign something. So later I will cover this topic in details. In next video I am going to show you how can you draw the model here by using this section. So please share your comment, or if you have any doubt you can ask me in comment section. If you like this video, please share it and subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching.